back to another video. Today we're going to be doing here a deck profile for my Relinquished deck. Now this is definitely very exciting, of course, because it's been a long time since I last built Relinquished, or at least played it, and since then the format has definitely undergone a few changes. You know, definitely a few people have adapted, changed up their deck, so I figure I might as well also update my deck as well and try to fit it for this particular new format. It is definitely going to be very different, of course, so with that being said, this is something that should definitely adapt and work a lot better in this particular format. But of course, I want to remind you guys that if you do enjoy this video, definitely drop a like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit that bell notification as well. It really does help. However, with that being said, let's just get started with this deck profile. So to begin with monsters, we're playing here 3 copies of Relinquished. It's our main card, we definitely have to play 3. I'm hoping to actually rarity bump this, so hopefully I could get the original copies of the Relinquished, and that would be fantastic, but for the time being, this is pretty much what I have to work with. We're also playing over here our 3 copies of Millenniumized Illusionist, definitely a really nice card as well, also really crucial for the deck, and at 3 copies it just works wonders. With that being said, we only need 1 copy of the Illusionist Faceless Mage. It is a very nice card, but since it can actually bring itself back from the grave, there's no need to actually play more than 1 copy of it. And you don't really have to worry about it being banished as well, because it's not such an essential card that the opponent would even try to get rid of it. However, moving on with the rest of the deck here, we are definitely playing some cards to facilitate our plays. So we are playing here the Predaplant Engine, definitely going to be very crucial for the deck itself. And that goes without saying that we're also playing here the Kaiju Engine, definitely really fantastic, of course. We're pretty much just playing every variety possible. So I have all 6 of the Kaijus, and it's just really nice. It works incredibly well because you essentially just take back your Kaijus, which is just something that's really beneficial. However, moving on here, we're also playing 3 copies of Manju. Manju just searches out either any of your rituals or any of your spell cards. Definitely a fantastic card, definitely really crucial for the deck, and to be honest, it is kind of the only normal summon in the deck anyway, so it definitely is worth playing 3 copies of it and maxing it out. And of course, we are playing here 2 copies of the Nibiru. Nibiru is kind of like a pseudo kaiju in some sense. It is a form of disruption, but it definitely works out really well for the deck. I definitely love using it, and with that being said, having a 3k beat stick as well as that actually allows you to steal, of course, and then of course getting your own token as well with most likely massive attack. It's just really amazing, and it actually helps make this deck work really well. But of course, given that this is a ritual deck, we're also going to be playing here just the 1 copy of Ben 10. Of course, we can only play 1 anyway because it was actually hit to 1 in the recent ban list, I believe, or it might have been the one before that, but even so, it's a sad hit to see that Cyber Angel Ben 10 actually had to go that way. But with that being said, at least we still have 1 copy of it, so hopefully things actually turn out well. But yeah, it's all we really need for this deck. It's just that with only 1 copy of this, the Cyber Angel deck on its own has actually been hit pretty hard, and it's really hard for them to actually make anything work out of it. However, the reason why I'm playing Ben 10 is because I wanted to actually play Christie as well. We have 3 copies of Manju and we have 2 Ben 10, so that's 4 fairies. So bringing out Christie is not as difficult as you might actually think. So yeah, definitely really nice here, and Christia is also a level 8 as well, so if you wanted, well, either way you just need a level 1, but you could always use Christia as tribute fodder, get rid of it to the graveyard, and then just if you wanted to use cards like Monster Reborn or World Legacy Succession to bring back Christia onto the field to establish a lock. However, moving on to spells, we're playing here 3 copies of Black Illusion Ritual. It shouldn't be any surprise to you guys. We're also playing here 3 copies of Relinquished Fusion, also a really crucial card for the deck itself as well. Both we're maxing out at 3 copies each. I'm also playing over here 3 copies of Kaiju Slumber, definitely really works well since we're playing all of the Kaijus in the deck anyway. And the reason why we're playing 3 of them is just to maximize consistency. We're not likely going to be using 3 at all, we're only going to be using maybe 1 or 2 at most, but even so, maxing out on consistency is definitely well worth it. However, we are also going to be playing 3 copies of the pre-prep as well. Definitely really amazing card because it searches out specifically what you need. But of course, moving on, we're playing 3 copies of the regular preparation of rites. Again, just a really amazing searcher and gets you what you need. So as you can tell here, this deck definitely has great searchability and is definitely very fast. But of course, I'm also playing here I guess it's a spicy tech of mine, but it's called Ritual Foregone. You essentially can just summon out any ritual monster from your hand, but it gets destroyed during the end phase. So it's kind of like Instant Fusion, except it's for rituals. So not as strong as Instant Fusion, but definitely still really amazing for what it does. And I figured at least playing one of them would be quite fun. And finally, we're playing here 2 copies of Super Poly. I thought that Super Poly would be a fun addition to this deck. Of course, this does actually bring the deck up to 42 cards, so if you want to bring it back down to 40, you could always just take out the Super Polys and put it in the side deck instead. But with that being said, I do like Super Polys in this deck and it really works well. However, onto the extra deck now, we're going to be playing here the Tryptopherm, and we're also playing here the Starving Venom. Both are our targets for the Super Poly, which is definitely very nice. You either got 2 dark monsters on the field or 3 dark monsters on the field, and it just works out incredibly well with the Relinquished deck. However, with the links here, we're playing the Anima. You only ever need 1 of them because well, you just need to pull out 1 and you're pretty much able to win the game. But with that being said, we're also playing cards like Cross Sheet, which we have a fusion deck, so definitely amazing. But we also have here our Verte Anaconda, with here a nice Nightmare engine going on. And we are also playing here Triple Burst, giving us some piercing damage. When you're playing a deck like this, it just works out really well. But with that being said, we are playing a few more utility cards like Akashic Magician, Borrowload, and Unchained Abomination. You play what you actually want as a utility, but this is kind of like the toolbox that I'm most comfortable with. But yeah, with that being said, those are the link monsters. And to finish things off here, we have a few more Super Poly targets. So I'm playing here the Almaduke, we're playing here the Mud Dragon, we have here, obviously we still have our Thousand Eyes Restrict, and we also have our Borrowload Furious Dragon. And of course, the key card of our deck, we are playing here the Millennium Eyes Restrict. Actually, I think I miscounted, didn't I? Because I think it's 15 cards, right? So we have here 7 and we have to remove 1. So if I were to actually remove 1, I'll just take out the Abomination because you already have 1 boss monster anyway, and this deck can just steal monsters, so you don't really need all the extras. So there's 8 cards here, there's 9 cards, 9 links, and then there's 7 fusions, which adds up to 15. So wait, hold on, am I actually correct here? No, actually, there's a bit too many, so I wouldn't even play the Akashic Magician, sorry about that. 8 links and 7 fusions, and that would add up to your 15 cards in the extra deck. So yeah, this is pretty much it for the entire deck. It is definitely very fun, of course, and it has been something that I built to actually adapt to this particular format. So definitely give it a go, see how it works out. And if you want to see different variations, I might give that a go as well. But with that being said, this was pretty much it for today's particular deck profile. So thanks for tuning in. With that being said, I do hope you guys have a fantastic day. I'll see you all next time.